So excited to finally sit down with you guys. We can finally talk about it. Jon, how does it feel after all these years of working on Wicked to bring it to us?
I'm so excited. I love this movie so much. We wanted to bring a giant spectacle of cinematic proportions to the audience, and the fact that they're responding the way they have is so fun. Just remind you of what it's like to go to the movies again and be taken to another place.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have done some big productions, big set, but this is just something, it's just so spectacular.
It's crazy. We planted 9 million tulips. It's not CG. We built a giant wizard head that moves in real time. Yes. A 60-ton train. I mean, we built Emerald City in Munchkinland, so everything we wanted to be was physical and immersive and real. And we have some flying monkeys that are great CG and working with I-11 Frame Store, but it's the combination of all of this, plus these amazing actors that fill in all the gaps for it and really give it a soul. Has been a dream come true.
So Michelle, how did this come to you, Madame Morrible? Did you have to be convinced when we got you singing? How did Jon put this to you?
It was Jon who came to me. I mean, I would have said yes to him. You know, he could have thrown the phone book at me and I would be like, yes, I'm going to do it for you. So I read it and I went, Jon, she sings. You know I don't sing, right? And then it's like Ariana and Cynthia, they're like the real deal. And he was like, don't worry. Then next thing I know, I get this video from Jon, Ariana, and Cynthia that says, it's imperative and you must come and join us now. So how do you say no to that? That was such a cool video. But I think what it is the most important thing is I love a challenge, and I am very grateful that Jon decided I should be Madame Morrible, because I think in the 20 years of Wicked in the theater, it's always not been played by an Asian woman.
Yeah, I'm not sure it ever has been.
No, so I'm very, very, very happy I was given the opportunity. But I do ask him, it's like, how come anytime you think of someone evil and wickedly delicious, you think of Michelle Yeoh?
I call it power. I call it power and elegance, and then I think of her.
Power
There's nobody more elegant than Michelle.
I mean, let's be real.
There
really isn't.
Truly.
So the day on set you had to sing, were you really nervous? How were you feeling?
I was terrified because I was there with Jon. I'm okay because he will support me through anything. But I was next to Cynthia. And I remember the first time I ever went on set was to show this new costume that I had. And I walked into, which set was it? It was the big forest.
Yeah.
It was enormous. You walk in, you go like, wow, this is not playing around. Normally you go into a set and green screen and things like that. The detail was just simply amazing. Then suddenly I hear, oh my God, what's that voice, No music, nothing, but a voice that just echoed around the soundstage. And it was Cynthia doing her warm-up.
Wow.
And yes, exactly, wow, you're just sort of blown away. So when I had to do my singing, and she was next to me, and I was singing to her, I went, but she was like, Michelle, I know you can do this. I've heard you, okay? So just sing it and have fun. And that was the biggest encouragement, when you have someone, your friend, giving you a boost like that.
And you're amazing. You're amazing.
I can't wait to see it tomorrow.
The most fearless person to do this and jump in there and you're vulnerable when you're singing, and you're singing out there and you're in front of Cynthia and Ari.
Yes.
But that's why you have Michelle Yeoh. She, literally, you talk about popular, the most popular actor out there. Everybody wanted her. She's cleared her deck to be on set while she's getting her Oscar. She's literally going back and forth between working and going, and she came back one day and she had this Oscar in her hand, and we were jumping up and down. It was
an incredible moment.
It was like amazing. I was like, please don't fall off the stage. It was what a welcome home. But it really helped me so much during that whole Oscar campaign, because it is something that I had not done ever before, and to be like sort of like thrown in the deep end, floundering, going like, what am I doing? What am I doing? And then coming home to Wicked gave me like a safe place, because I knew what I was doing. I was with family. I was in safe hands, even though I was terrible at the singing. But, it was...
you were. I just can't wait to talk to you after tomorrow and see you when you see the movie, because
I can't wait.
Just
can't
incredible.
wait.
Jon, on set and having the girls sing live,
Yes.
Ari and Cynthia,
Yes.
was that something they brought to you? Did they say, we want to do this live? How did that come about?
Well, I didn't want to box us in the beginning. You know, I want to give us as much. It's very vulnerable. Again, you're putting your voice out there live on the set, and sometimes we're asking them to run. Sometimes we're asking to swing around on a contraption and do stunts while it's happening. So we never put that in writing in the beginning. As soon as we started rehearsing and started shooting, sometimes you want to go off tempo. And we always had a pianist, a live pianist on the side and their earwigs. And so sometimes they were like, let me just try coming into it naturally. So they would do their dialogue and we'd have the piano follow them. And it was so beautiful to see this expression emerge from them. Instead of a song starting, introing, and them going in, it emerged from them. And that made the difference in the tone of how we were seeing this musical. This musical that everybody knows the words to, that everybody knows the tunes to, that you're waiting for that intro. But when it creeps up on you, and suddenly you're in a song, you didn't even know it, that's like the power of having these girls, knowing where those things come from in their soul, and having the ability to seem in and out. It's pretty amazing.
And how does it feel just knowing, you know, the history, the love that so many millions of people have for Wicked, and now this is your version to bring this to the world?
I feel a great privilege to be a part of the Wicked family. I'm a huge fan myself, so I knew the areas to protect, but I also knew it was our responsibility to grow it and to really blossom the areas that cinema allows it to be in that close-up and give the nuance that even the lyrics have, but maybe on a stage you can't quite do. But with Cynthia and Ari and Michelle and Jeff and all these people, you can really do that. I saw our actors as co-authors of this, because especially the girls, the holy trinity of cast of Ari, Cynthia, and Michelle, there are things that I don't know about female friendships. There are things that I don't know about that journey. And so we tried to empower them to really, I wanted strong actors who could say to me, Jon, you're wrong. This is how we would do it. And I found that so many times that they saved my butt by telling me, hey, this is how we're going to do it. Ari and Cynthia loved to rehearse on the floor in my office. So we would just sit on the floor. And in one of the most intimate moments in their dorm rooms, I couldn't figure out the blocking. It just didn't feel like natural to me. And they were like, let's just sit on the floor the way we talk when we're in. And I love that because eventually she's going to be flying in the sky. But to be at the most grounded spot, and then they just sat down, and it just felt connected. And I loved discovering this movie and this story with them.
And the friendship in real life, the friendship you ladies have developed. That's what I love watching with your interviews and everything. It's so apparent the love and respect you have for each other. It's really beautiful to watch.
It is. It's beautiful to feel that connection. And it's wonderful. And it's from day one. You know, something like that cannot be made or pretend. You know, you can do it for maybe an hour or so. But it's that bond. It's so warm. It's like, it's love. It truly is.
Yeah, you can see it. It's
Yes.
very, very real.
You can see it, you can feel it, you know, and it's wonderful to be able to step onto us. And, you know, truly it comes from this young man here who gives us the room to come together and the space to breathe and be yourself, but at the same time be whole, you know. And it's nice. And sometimes he's very naughty as well. He'll come to me and say, can you scare the hell out of Ariana? And I'm like, you don't want me to do that. I scared her so much, her eye contact fell out.
There are parts where you are pretty scary, I've got to say, Michelle.
Elegance. Power and elegance.
A little bit of fear thrown in.
A little teeth there.